Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for another tarot reading. If you're a first time viewer, pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable. We are going to do a pick a deck today, and this is about being stuck in limbo, or you feel like you're living like a Groundhog Day kind of life at the moment. So while I talk about this reading and introduce the decks, see which deck you are drawn to, which hanged man is standing out for you, because this is a pick a deck. I'll be using a full deck. We're going to do some problem solving and look into your situation. If you're a first time viewer or if you're part of my soul tribe, I absolutely love connecting with you. I love reading for you. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Please subscribe if you like my style and share my videos. I'd like to get my numbers up and my views up. So I'm going to introduce the decks. The first deck is Rider-Waite, and the lady that did the art for the Rider-Waite is Pamela Coleman-Smith. I like to give her recognition for her contribution to this Rider-Waite deck. Then we have the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. We have Animal Tarot by Doreen Virtue. And we have the Triple Goddess Tarot. Below this video you'll find timestamps where you can find your reading. There will also be a list of the decks that I'm using. I haven't chosen Oracle deck yet. I will introduce that as I'm drawn to. And so this reading is about being stuck. We do have a lot of energy in Capricorn at the moment. We have Saturn and Pluto conjunct. We have the Sun there. We have Mercury there. We have the South Node there. We have Jupiter there. So for some of us, it might feel like we're living a groundhog type of day. Life, you know, the same day every day, week in, week out, month in, month out. Okay, so we're going to have a look into that situation. We're going to do some problem solving, why you are in this situation, what can you do to get out of this situation, how can you speed up things so you can move along and lead a more productive kind of life, if that is what you desire. But it's also about uncovering hidden information. So tarot is a tool that we use to access sacred information, and as such, I treat tarot as I have a lot of respect for tarot. Okay, so the information coming forth, if there will be a storyline, and if the storyline doesn't fit, if you don't resonate with the storyline, this reading isn't for you. Then I suggest, you know, to browse YouTube. There's a lot of beautiful readers out there, and find a reading or a reader that would resonate with you on a better, in a better way. Time is fluid, so with problem solving, I'll be able to, or I'll give as much information as I can to help you move forward and to get a better perspectives concerning the situation. But once again, time is fluid, and you have to put the story where it fits for you. Sometimes energy can be flipped or reversed depending on if there are other people involved in the situation. Okay, so let's jump in. Hopefully by now you have decided which deck you would like your reading from. And we'll just jump right in. I feel led to do a mini Celtic cross. And we are going to put the hangman here, because that is the situation that is surrounding you at the moment. So I'm just going to tune in. So this deck that I'm using, this tarot deck, is my very first tarot deck I ever bought. So this deck to me is very, very special. I brought it with me from South Africa. Yes, I was born in South Africa, and I've been living here in New Zealand for 14 years already. Aotearoa is my home, and I feel it's part of my heritage. I have a deep, deep, deep connection with land and the people living here. Okay, so we're going to draw you some cards. Thank you for being patient while I tune in and shuffle. We're going to have a look at your situation. Why are you hanging in limbo? What brought you to this situation? What brought you here? Where you have to now wait and hang and see what happens. So we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're literally biting your tongue. You literally feel like the reason why you are, it's something that you feel like you need to say. There is this hanging in limbo is concerning communication, but it's also about your truth. I feel like it is the process of establishing what is your truth. I feel like you have made so many sacrifices in the past. I don't know what your age, how old you are, and I don't feel like this is an issue. But this speaks about huge sacrifices being made by someone to the point where they not only sacrifice their resources, but they sacrifice their opinions, their truth, their authenticity. You sacrificed your own identity to be able to maybe make life a bit easier for you. But it is, and because you have sacrificed so much of yourself, and at the time you thought it was a good thing, and maybe it did buy you some time to circumvent some conflict or some drama concerning situations that you had to deal with. But I feel like there's this process that's taking place with you where you now realize that it is so important to speak your truth. It's so important to use your judgment to cut things out of your life which truly doesn't serve you, and having a reevaluation on where you invested yourself, where you really didn't get a good return. Or you invested yourself in situations which ended up in futile exercises of futility. That's kind of what I get. So the reason why you're on limbo is because you're finding a way, you're finding yourself, you're establishing your own truth. You're doing internal work to find out what is it that you like, what don't you like, what do you want to speak up about, what do you want to keep quiet about. But it's definitely an internal process and deciding literally what is going to be left behind from here on out, and what are you going to take with you in the way of speaking your truth and doing the right thing for you. I literally feel my throat chakra being activated, and I hear the words to use your voice. Now, whether this is a creative process of writing poetry, writing a book maybe, or putting information out on the internet, or reaching large masses, I feel like it's not just one situation that is, or one subject that will be discussed here, but I feel like part of your internal process and healing that you need to do is about communication, ways to communicate, and maybe even doing it in a very creative way, because the Hanged Man to me is Pisces, and Pisces is very creative, very spiritual. Maybe this is also concerning new spiritual concepts that is going to help you move forward and have a total different perspective on you and your life. We have someone who's very grounded, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. So all of this is not just pie in the sky. The processes that you're going through is truly, wanting to work with it in a practical way. And it is because of the stress factors in the past that you are now hanging. There was a lot of deceit, a lot of drama, a lot of things where people with unclear communication, not receiving the right or the correct or the truthful information so that you can make informed decisions and choices. And now you're hanging in limbo so that you can actually find the truth, find the answers, so to speak, to be able to express your own truth. And when you speak up, to know that there won't be any comebacks. Like once you start to speak, you want it to be practical, you want it to be valid, you want people to realize that your internal processes is something that isn't just because it's not a pipe dream, it is something with validity. We have the King of Swords as well, so I feel like you are preparing to cut things out of your life. Okay, the King of Swords is about someone who makes really good decisions, are very critical, good at critical thinking, good at speaking his mind. This is also what we call the wordsmith. So I feel like if you're watching, this is maybe putting everything in writing as well, taking legal action after thinking about things, taking legal action about things that was done that caused you a whole lot of stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, headaches, maybe even physical illness, because of people being dishonest, hurting you, disappointing you, being just plain downright cruel and not really caring. Okay, and I feel like once you come out of this limbo, that you are going to take this Queen of Pentacles and you are going to create something beautiful. You're going to create your own family, your own legacy, something that is, you're going to take it from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like if this is, you're hanging in limbo because of finances, you're going to take legal action to bring about a situation where justice is going to be restored, because you're going from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. You're going from worrying and having nothing and really stressing out seriously about a situation to having it all. But this is about being very practical concerning communication, taking legal action in some cases, and even consulting with someone who has knowledge on legal matters, consulting with someone who is good with a spoken word. This could also be you deciding to pick up your sword and speak your truth, cut things out, get right to the truth and the heart of the matter with that sword. Now the cards that I'm using is this Oracle of the Unicorns, okay? And these two cards that fell out for you. So the first card says, seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. So this could also, just be you learning from your own experiences as well. But I feel like you might even consider consulting with an expert concerning the situation. And that is a really good decision to make if you want to get expert advice. And then we also have, the reason why you're hanging in this limbo is because growth is something that takes time. It runs on its own clock. Nature can't be rushed. Okay, there's a certain process involved concerning you achieving these new perspectives so that you can move forward and so that you can establish this long-term security and stability in your life. We also have gentleness. So be gentle with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Okay, do some sun gazing at sunsets. I feel like this is very much a sunset kind of energy. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. So speak words of love. Even though we know that some things are going to be cut out here, it is also to realize that no matter what is being said, that it can be said from a place of respect for yourself, and also because you want the best for yourself and because you love and value yourself. And when I say yourself and having this focus on yourself, putting yourself first, is definitely what is needed, especially if you've sacrificed yourself for other people so that they can have whatever it is that you feel that they needed to get out of a situation. And to put yourself number one on the list isn't ego-based. Our ego is our identity in this world. We do live in a world of duality. In other words, there's me and you. There's black and white. There's love and hate. So to have a healthy ego is very important to establish what it is that you want to create and manifest for yourself in this world. Okay, so I hope this reading helped you. Please give me feedback. I loved reading for you. And yes, I love to connect with you and see how this reading found you. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Take care. There's a lot of good that's going to come from this. I do feel there's a lot of good that is going to come from this for you. Take care. Okay, so our cat black hanged man. We're going to put this here. And I'm just going to shuffle. So thank you for tuning in. If you like this reading, please click like, subscribe, share my videos. Let's have a look at your hangman. How did you come to hang around here? Just hanging around, not doing much, doing the same on that little rat wheel going round and round, are we? Waiting for new perspectives. Why are you in hangman mode? Why are you stuck in limbo? Okay, you are in a place of moving forward, even though it might not feel like it. There is some forward movement. This is, you are taking a time out from having to deal with conflict and challenging situations, chaotic situations. This could be you consciously choosing not to be social, consciously choosing to not take part in certain activities that you even were invited to. So I feel like there's a strong sense of being antisocial here with this hangman. Having a desire to be by yourself, to maybe even go on road trips by yourself, do short little trips, take time out to move away from situations, not only in your mind and in your heart, but also physically, putting distance geographically between you and whatever is causing you stress. Consciously deciding not to do anything and not to say anything, even though some people might try and get an opinion from you. They might try to goad you into going another round of conflict, but it is you consciously deciding, no, I'm not going there. I want to move to places which is calmer. I do feel like you're divinely guided and protected with the direction that you are going to take. I feel like there is ideas that you already have concerning your situation on how it is you would like to move forward, and those ideas or visions or inspiration is directly linked to your spiritual guides, your angels, who is pointing out a direction for you to go into. So we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. I feel like you're moving forward in a way where you want to get knowledge about something. You want to educate yourself, okay? But this situation, how you ended up being in a hangman, is because you are going to and fro between learning and teaching. So you have to learn a lot about healthy boundaries, when to say no. The sacrifices that you have made in the past is things where you said yes instead of saying no. And now you are in a place where you know that there is lessons that needs to be learned here that will serve you well and that will help you to create stability long term. And this is you, I kind of feel like taking the time so that you can hand pick with whom and what you want to invest long term with. You could have Pisces in your chart, you could have air in your chart, because we have Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. We have Taurus. You could be Taurus or have Taurus in your chart. We also have the Four of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. But I feel like you are wanting to create stability in your life through either teaching and learning, moving forward with the lessons that you've learned. But I feel also that you are waiting to make a decision on maybe wanting to go back to school, but having to taking finances into consideration and wanting to improve your life long term, and consciously taking a time out and think about things where you can associate yourself with people and institutions which are going to be supportive of you. You might even take a time out to consult with someone who is very wise. They know how to work with their resources. They know the methods and the structures, the steps that you need to take to be able to reach your goals and move forward. You might also be hanging in limbo because you're waiting for this person to come back to you, that there has been information sent out and now you're kind of waiting for information to come back. We have the Empress. So you are taking care of yourself. You're really nourishing yourself. You have been through a lot. With the Empress showing up, it's telling me once again that you might have a lot of earth in your chart. Empress is Cancer, Taurus, Venus, Moon, but she's also all the queens rolled into one. This is a very mature masculine or feminine person who has gone through a couple of cycles of life. So there is life experiences here. There's a lot of lessons that needs to be learned, and I feel like it's through the experience of life that you now realize it is okay to just hang out and wait and see what happens, rather than forcing the issue and making impulsive decisions. You're waiting for certain things to fall into place. And we have the Page of Coins here, so that is an offer. I feel you're waiting for an offer to come in, and it will come in. That's Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. We are in Capricorn now. So I feel like it's imminent. By May, I feel like you will have taken the steps to be able to invest yourself in fertile situations where you know you'll get a good return. I have a very strong feeling that this is concerning studies, furthering your knowledge, and through furthering your knowledge, maybe a change in direction of your life, a change of career perhaps. But it's also, you know, that you need this for you on a mental level, that what you have created before was because that's not where your passion was. You invested yourself in places that needs readjustment because you've grown as a person. You're not the same person you used to be. Through life experiences, you've matured, and now you feel like perhaps there's a need to change your career, or there's a need to change the company you work for. There's a need to maybe start a family, to get married, to take something to the next level, but definitely a need to go into a different direction. So there's a brand new beginning for you, the page about, and you have been thinking about this for a long time, and now it's time to actually go into action and do the right thing. We have Justice here. I feel like this could be a relationship where you want to get married, take it to the next level. This could be becoming a teacher, changing the direction in your career, going from a teacher to maybe doing something legal, going from a teacher to work in the justice system or work in administration. Maybe some sort of consulting, working with children, working with women, working with people who, with students, as I say, becoming maybe a practical person to teach people how to do things. But it's about the universe wanting to restore balance to you, giving you opportunities to invest yourself long term in situations that will give you a good return. Okay, I'm going to draw you some Oracle of the Unicorn cards. Please let me know how this reading finds you. I do feel like you won't be hanging in limbo for very much longer. You are moving forward. You're coming out of it, okay? And I feel like it will be very soon. You're going to take the steps to do that brand new beginning for you, okay? I want the card to jump out. There we go. Partnership. So I feel like the new direction that you're taking in is involving other people, but it's also about maybe having a mentor by your side who is experienced in this life path. But it could be about getting married, having children, making that big decision to create long-term abundance in your life, whatever that may be, because we do have the Hierophant here, and we do have the Empress, and we do have Justice. So I feel like maybe there's a pregnancy, planning a pregnancy as well. So it says teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. And that is why you are hanging in limbo, is because you are waiting for everything to fall into place. So there's other people involved here. So it's the universe is conspiring to bring it all together for you so that you can actually team up with these, long-term committed partnerships that is beautiful, balanced, fair. Okay, and it's long-term, it's secure. So thank you for watching. Please give me feedback on this reading. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Okay, let's have a look at your Hanged Man. This giraffe is so cute, eh? Hanging upside down, and there's a little butterfly there, and the word says, look at things in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. So with this hangman, it's quite different. See how he's just hanging there. He's chewing his leaves. It's like very comfortable. There's even fruit that he can munch on if he wants to, he or she. Okay, so let's have a look at your situation. Let's have a look at your situation. Okay, I should most probably... I bought this deck a while ago, and I find I love working with it, but to shuffle it is a bit hard. It's a very heavy deck. Okay. So I feel like even though you've been stuck in limbo and it feels like you haven't experienced anything new for a very long time, or it feels like ages, that you're quite comfortable, you're quite happy with where you are at. You're just wondering, is this it? Because it's been going on for so long. It's like, is this it? Is that all there is to life? Is just having this groundhog feeling of doing the same thing over and over again. But yes, that is what Capricorn energy is about. And Saturn is in Capricorn. It's conjunct Pluto today. So it's having to do something over and over and over again until you get it right. That's also part of being stuck in limbo. So if you like this video, please click like. If you like my style, please subscribe and share my videos. I'd like to get my numbers up. I'd like to get my views up. So the reason for you being stuck in limbo is because of the 7 of Summer. So that to me is the 7 of Cups. It's about, you have so many choices, or it feels like everything is up in the air, nothing is solid. If you have to make a decision on moving forward, at least you want to, if you're going to make the effort, you want it to be of a nature that you're not going to waste your time. So I feel like that's why you're biding your time. I think you're biding your time to be able to wait for something solid to come along. We do have the Neptune square Mars at the moment. Neptune and Pisces at 15 or 16 degrees is squaring the Mars in Sagittarius. Plus we have all that Capricorn energy, which is kind of semi-squaring over to Pisces and Sagittarius. So that's kind of like an awkward situation to deal with. It's like you have dreams, you have hopes, you have aspirations, but how practical is it? It doesn't feel like it's concrete, therefore it feels like everything is pie in the sky. We have the Five of Summer. So there's definitely been some disappointments here, emotional losses. I feel like you being stuck because the Hangman is Pisces, and then we still have all this cups energy coming in, which is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So I feel like the reason why you're hanging in limbo is something to do with your emotional security, your emotional happiness, feeling happy and content on heart level. But it's very difficult to focus when you're having to deal with grief, when you feel emotionally processing loss is something that you need to take your time with. There's no expiration date on grief. There's no expiration date on how long it takes to process a loss of any kind, whether this is a loss of a relationship, a loss of someone who had crossed over, just of being disappointed in situations where you now feel you've made the effort, but it feels like it was all for nothing. Okay. But it's allowing yourself the time to be able just to breathe and be, okay? And just accept every day for what it is. You are finishing off with situations where there was a lot of mind games being played, a lot of stress, a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos. Words being said that was hurt, backstabbing, literally breaking your heart, okay? But you're finishing off with that. We have this beautiful Siberian Husky, and it's like it could be the end of a career path. It's the end of how you saw yourself, the end of how you experience your life, the end of sadness. You are working on getting yourself out of this emotional funk where it feels like you've been stuck in the sadness for quite some time. We have the 10 of Spring, so you're definitely finishing off with a big cycle. We do have that Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn today. And this is about finishing off, starting a new cycle for the next 30 years. So you hanging in limbo is not going to last for very much longer, okay? Because you're doing that internal work. You are allowing yourself to see creative solutions to situations that keep you stuck in limbo, but you are waiting because once you take the action, it's about you, making decisions to invest yourself in emotionally, because it's about emotions, to invest yourself emotionally in places that would make you feel secure. And I did say you're not going to be in this energy for much longer. We have the Chariot. You're basically going to go from 0 to 260, okay? From 0 to full tilt. So something is going to shake loose, and it's going to shake loose fast. It's about success, moving forward very fast, being in control, having clarity of your goals and your visions. It is about receiving rewards for your efforts as well. I feel like maybe you are currently making sacrifices on an emotional level so that you can move forward. Maybe you just say, oh, well, chuck it in a hand basket and send it all to hell. I'm have to make decisions quick and fast to be able to get myself to move forward. I feel like you will be traveling, maybe long distance travel overseas, but definitely traveling further than you normally would, and you being in control of your journey, where it is that you're going. You might have to do with a Cancerian, because Chariot is ruled by Cancer. We also have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here. We have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy, as well as our fire signs. So we basically have all of, we don't have Earth here. But I feel like this is very innovative energy for you to move forward and being in control, having a vision and going for it. We have the Princess of Summer. So I feel like there could be, if you're single and you're looking for a romance, or you want to move forward in your personal life in the way of romance, there is an opportunity to meet someone new. It could be a platonic friendship, but this is someone who is making an appearance in your life to share this journey with you on where it is that you're going to go. And you might be, if you've been waiting for a message to come from someone who you really care about, I feel like that communication is coming. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and a beautiful supportive energy, because it's the same, you know, as it's water, just like the Chariot. But I feel like there's a lot more control there. There's someone who's going to come along who, with a message, with encouragement, someone who cares deeply about you, that is going to give you the encouragement to move forward. Okay, sometimes when we're in limbo, we just need that other person to say something, do something, make a suggestion, to help us take that first step that will shake things loose for us. So I'm going to do this unicorns, Oracle of the Unicorns Oracle deck. So I feel these travel for you. You're finishing off with disappointing situations, processing grief, okay, feeling confused about why you had to go through this huge period of loss and challenge, chaos, working hard, working long, hard hours, maybe even losing yourself in work, becoming a workaholic, so that you can create that stagnant energy in your life, just going to work and home, and not having much else. But I feel like there's a person coming into your life who's going to have, through conversation, help you to change direction and move forward. And I feel like you're going to go on a road trip, or you're going to travel overseas with this person. Could be a platonic person, could be a new romantic connection, maybe someone you know, maybe someone you don't know, something new, someone. I don't feel like it's anything to do with the past, but I do feel a person that inspires you and help you to move forward, expansion. And look how this almost looks like the Chariot in a regular tarot deck. What's the deck that I see? The Gilded Tarot, where the Chariot actually flies into the sky. So I feel like your horizons are going to expand when you come out of this situation. The world is going to come to you. And it says, spread your wings and soar, share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. And maybe you need to send messages to the world, messages of kindness, messages of being open-hearted and authentic, messages of being sensitive to your own needs as well as to other people's needs. But then once again, also without sacrificing yourself. Okay, it's about having healthy boundaries too. So thank you for watching. Please let me know how this reading finds you. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love. Okay, so we're going to go on to our last Hangman. Thank you for joining me. This is your Hangman, a lady hanging on a tree. And we'll keep our Hangman here while I shuffle the deck. So first of all, thank you for joining me on this reading. If you like this reading, please click like, share, subscribe, etc. We have cards falling out, so I'll put that one there. Let's put it like so. I'm just tuning into your situation as to how it is that you came to hang on this tree. How did you come to hang on this tree? You know, the Hangman is also is always about sacrifices that was made. And thinking about the sacrifices that was made, where did you invest yourself energetically for the highest good of someone else or the family or, you know, whatever. Invested time, resources, emotions, support, money. Okay. Let's have a look. So I I feel you are hanging in limbo. This could be something concerning a property. Maybe it's about your home life. Hanging in limbo concerning your home life. Maybe you wanted to buy a property and now you're waiting for the right deal to come along to, for your long-term security. You want to invest stable energy. You are in limbo because you want to make decisions that will create stability in where you invest yourself energetically, because this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but also about celebration. You are waiting for a celebration. I feel like you know it's coming. I feel like hanging in this limbo for you is that there is happiness on the way. If you're not experiencing it now, that there's celebration on the way, that you are celebrating life. You consciously choose just to be in the moment so that you can celebrate who you are. You can celebrate the stability you've created in your life. You are literally taking a time out of the rat race to enjoy your home environment, to just rest and rejuvenate and recuperate and wait for new perspectives. I feel like that you are someone who likes to do yoga. You might even be a tree hugger to ground yourself. I feel like these not all hanged men are spiritual. It is about spiritual enlightenment. It is about getting new perspective, spiritual information. But I feel like the person I'm reading for here is someone who's already been on their spiritual journey, and they are now actually practicing their spirituality, and they practice it at home. Like you have this routine of meditation and breathing and being and just living in the moment, centering yourself, okay, and also surrendering to life wherever it will take you, which is part of you've learned to embrace and surrender to life, whatever it may present to you. But I also feel like we have the Seven of Swords here. You are literally ghosting some people. I feel you are literally making conscious decisions to avoid certain people so that you can maintain this peacefulness, because you intuitively know that there are people who aren't honest with you. So you choose not to take action. You literally choose to have this experience of let's just call it the mundane, doing the same thing over and over again and being stuck in inverted commas, because I don't feel you feel like being stuck, but you are experiencing the same things over and over and over again because you choose to avoid people who are bad for you. You choose to avoid people who like to just take from you without giving back. You choose to research subjects which are spiritually enlightening you. Literally, you might even decide to not take calls, not pick up the phone, not get back to people on time concerning messages, because it's not important. You are really, really, really going in deep. Meditation is a big, big, big part of your life. You're learning about surrendering. You're learning about the things that you can't control, and you are totally just in that moment. It's beautiful. Recovering from people who've deceived you and literally drawing back, creating a safe environment where you can recover from this. Surrendering and knowing that you can only take responsibility for your actions. What other people decide to be and how they are, that's not your responsibility. And that's how you create this. You realize this responsibility that you have towards yourself to establish a safe, stable environment for yourself where you can breathe and be and recover from things that are potentially toxic. Okay, so we have the Star. That's beautiful. You are busy creating a wish. You know that getting your wishes is just about there. Going inward, you are divinely guided. You may be even connecting. You're doing a lot of spiritual work. You are using the 11, because this is also 1111, the Four of Wands. So I feel like you're using energetic gateways to connect with your spiritual guides. You might even study astrology or tarot, or some of the esoteric arts. You might study yoga, some sort of form of meditation, which is absolutely lighting up your chakras. So instead of buying into situations with people who is always dramatic and disappointing and hurtful and has like a negative energy connected to it, you now choose to step through energetic doorways to develop yourself spiritually so that you can go through life enlightened. And that is your Nine of Cups. So you are well on your way to achieve your deep, deep, deep emotional satisfaction. If there is something about a spiritual gift that you've been developing, or realizing what your spiritual gifts are, stepping into your own to bring about this beautiful energy of claiming your Nine of Cups, which is your deep emotional satisfaction. This is dreams and wishes coming true. You're just about there. And the reason why all this beautiful positive energy is coming in for you, and all this very challenging energy is fading away, is because you have not put up a fight. You've not questioned life. You just know that there is something about surrendering and saying it is what it is, and then allow a higher power and your guides, the universe, to deliver to you something that you know is much better than what you've had before. Compassion. You've learned to have compassion with yourself and for the situations. You've learned to have compassion with the lessons that you've learned. You've learned to surrender. And it says, be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. And that is what you've been doing. You've taken the time out to connect with this beautiful inner light, this spiritual light, to read the energy in a way that not only do you see what is presented to you in the physical, but you've also learned to read the energy behind the situations and what it is you can learn from it. And that is what is bringing you this emotional satisfaction, spending time by yourself, but knowing that each and every lesson learned is valuable, and it makes sense to you as to why you had to hang on this tree for quite some time. So thank you for watching. Please let me know how this reading finds you. I love reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.